Okay, so the match has just been finished between Sweden and Germany. Um, I did say before it was going to be a bit of an interesting game, and it was very interesting, very crazy. You could say there's um, two parts of the match basically. The bit before the red card and then the bit after. I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on it, run through some of my thoughts on the players from a Swedish perspective, and yeah, just talk about the game. Obviously, wow, I'm really pleased with the result. I'm filming this just after, but I've also just kind of calmed down as well, just kind of give my general thoughts on the match. But yeah, it's biggest defeat Germany have had in a European Championship match. So yeah, but Germany started off really well. I think within the first 20 seconds, they already had a shot on target, like really impressive, and they got that goal really on from Brand in the 7th minute. You can see on SofaScore the kind of match momentum they were they started really on the front foot, and we looked a bit out of it. I mean, Jona Anderson, I thought struggled, got caught out of a few, maybe two, three times in the first 5, 6, 10 minutes, um, which was a concern. And I'll be honest, my thought straight away was kind of like, this feels like maybe a bit of a reality check. Like we played really well, but it felt it felt like we were getting in a bit. I know I'm talking about a short space of time, the first 10 minutes, but it felt like we were getting a bit overrun in midfield. I was thinking, this is why Zico Olme usually plays. I was a bit like, oh damn. But the goal from Stina Blackstenius kind of came out of nowhere. Really, really good pass from Islani and really good run from Stina to stay on side and find that space. We know she can miss chances, but how good she is at kind of almost creating chances for herself with the way she runs and moves. So really impressive stuff there, and and it was a good finish as well. Maybe the goalkeeper could have done better, Berger. She did not have the best game. Berger, that was uh, she gave away the ball quite a few times, but yeah, so we got back into it, but and I think from then on they kind of lost a bit of their momentum. They were still there. Um, this is going from my memory. They were, like I said, I do feel like we were getting cut through a bit in the midfield. I didn't feel like the press was as good. I think we decided maybe to not fully press up that high. We didn't want to get caught out that much, but I felt like we didn't press that high, but we still got caught out a bit. Just this is my kind of negative stuff out at the first, just because I feel like we weren't amazing at the start, but then we really ramped it up. What was the next one? Oh yeah, Homburg. Yeah, really good run by her. Exactly what I'll be honest. I haven't. I've only really seen her when she's been in the national team, and she was impressed me so much against Italy. Every game she plays, she looks so good. Norway as well. Then, and I've used the word so many times, but the way she kind of glides past players, it's the best description I can think of. But at the end of the day, it's pace, it's directness, it's kind of um, youthful kind of innocence almost in a way of the way she just went for it, and she just kept going, did not give up. And yeah, it was a bit fortunate how it went in, but that was all like her own work, and I'm like, wow, really impressed, and she certainly laid down. She actually got player of the match on the SofaScore for her rating, but she certainly laid down a mark. And look at her average position as well for a right back. That's crazy, really. Um, she was just 7 clearances as well. She does the defensive job as well. She's not getting caught out. She can make blocks and stuff. So really impressive. But she got that goal, and then I think we were really purring. Then we were looking really dangerous. Oh yeah, there was the Canarid chance where she ran. She was running through. That was when Berger gave it away, and she was running through, and she should have really shot on goal. And maybe there was a chance to pass earlier to Stina, but then she tried to go to Islani, who was marked, and she was notably annoyed. But then a few minutes later, she ran through again, passes it back, and it was Rolfer. Her shot was saved. Very good save from the German defender. Um, uh, but she obviously got sent off, Vamsa, and that's a big blow for them because that's their other right back. Obviously, Gwyn is injured, so big blow for them going into the tournament now. The last thing you want in a match like this, which didn't have much riding on it, would be a red card. So unfortunate for Germany there. But, well, not really unfortunate. I mean, I think it was like a rush of blood. I think she just thought she was right there, and I think she knew straight away, stupid decision, because they went down 3-1 anyway, and they lost a player. So I think before that, we were really starting to go. And it would have been 3-1. And then, if there was no red card, I don't know how the match would have gone after. I think Germany would have been on it more. And that's when I say there was almost not two halves, but two parts, because I do feel like we didn't take the foot off the gas. We still played, but you could tell Germany just kind of eased off, and we both sort of settled for the end result. There was no point in really pushing either team that much, because you're already through. You don't want to get any more injuries. As you said, we're both already through, and then we're winning 3-1, and Germany need to win to top the group. So they needed, at that point, they would have needed to win. In the end, they would have needed to win 5-4, but at that point, it would have been 4-3 they were trying to get to. So it was never going to happen. But yeah, impressive, really impressive performance by us. And I think a lot more people will now be. I think people were really impressed by Sweden in the first 2 games, but I think there'll be a lot more kind of hype surrounding us now. Because of that, Germany were a team talked about a lot going into the tournament, and we beat them comfortably, and we did rotate a bit. Holmberg comes in, Bennison comes in, Rolfo, who's been out a bit, Eriksen's not played yet this tournament. They both come in and start and play. Jonas Anderson comes back in. So if I'm correct, I'm just thinking to myself in my head, apart from the goalkeepers, yeah, all of our outfield players have played in this tournament. I'm not sure how many teams can say that. I have to be honest, with 5 subs, maybe quite a lot, but we really have. We're using our squad well from Gerhardsson. I was just quickly going to look at the stats. Yeah, 5 big chances, 13 total shots to Sweden. More passes from Germany, is that? Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I just backed out for a second. Yeah, more passes. Interesting. But yeah, we topped the group. And I talked about in my last video, is there much point in topping the group because you're going to play England or France? I think it's looking like it's going to be England. But the big thing is that the possible semi-final, I don't want to talk too soon, but the possible semi-final will be Norway or Italy, rather than in Germany's case, it will now be Spain. So you basically avoid Spain until the final, if all goes well. Obviously, you're still going to have to everyone's probably going to have to play Spain if they want to win, if you get what I mean. Someone's going to have to beat them if you're going to win. So I guess you could say the point, but that's quite a nice route to get to the final and skip out the dreaded semi-finals that we seem to always get caught at, at least the past few years. So yeah, really, really impressive. If I go through some of the players, Falk maybe could have done better for that first goal, but that's her first goal she's conceded in the tournament. Really good performance. I forgot to mention her last time, but yeah, coming for the crosses is something she's really assertive at, and also the way she can sweep up as well. When a ball goes in behind, she's there and she gets the ball really quick off our line. Really impressive. Really, really happy for her playing so well. Like I already touched on Holmberg. Angeldal a bit quieter this game. I don't feel like I don't think she was as high up on the pitch. Again, it's weird because the first 30 minutes happen so quickly. It's hard to really dissect. That was such a crazy game. Angeldal, I feel like, barely got on the ball in those first. If we look at probably her touches, she's probably much lower than she had in the other game, 61. I'd have to check the other games, but she just felt a bit quieter. And maybe I feel like we didn't completely go down that right-hand side as much. Obviously, still a lot from Kaneryd. Really good performance again. The threat she poses, it's all about the threat. She doesn't have to be amazing at her end product at the end of the day. Obviously, if she's got a good end product, she's world class, seriously. But when she doesn't have that end product, I don't mind that, seriously. If she just keeps getting those crosses and keeps causing danger, that's all that matters. Eslani, another assist. She's gonna have, is it 3 assists, 1 goal already? Rolfo, goal, confidence on 100th cap, so really happy for her to come back and play. relatively quiet. But yeah, Benison definitely better on the ball than Zigotti. But I did, as I mentioned at the start, I think that I feel like she doesn't. I don't feel like maybe she tracks the runners as well as Zigotti. Maybe on the first goal as well. Would if Zigotti was playing, would she have got back to stop that goal, or just a few times, like I said, when the midfield felt a bit open? I know the midfield can be open, and then Zigotti is just can kind of save the day almost. That's what's been happening sometimes. Like it's not like we've got perfectly no way through the midfield. I'm thinking about this past 2025, not just the Euros. Um, but maybe Benison's less about that. But I do think this might have been a good game for her. She's more press resistant in terms of the way she can play with the ball against a high pressing side like Germany. But again, it was such a chaotic first 34 minutes, and then it all went quite flat. Or at least maybe we kept pushing, and then it went a bit flat. I actually didn't mention Hurtig's goal, but it's probably good. What was that? Um, oh yeah, a Yanogi nice move on the left hand side. It was Hurtig who got it originally. Yanogi gets it back in. Canarid back to Hurtig, so Canarid another assist as well. Another goal for Hurtig. Really kind of like nonchalant finish. Looked very casual, but great stuff. Bjorn got a rest as well. I think that was key. I think the lineup was strong, but also a few changes. But if you think about everyone, I feel like we've not overdone anyone. Maybe only Canarid has played. She got taken off in the first game for Jakobsen, wasn't it? But I don't feel like we've really overdone players. I feel like everyone's had quite a good fair few minutes. Um, so yeah, Rolfa did have something on her knee. I hope that's nothing serious. I'm assuming it was just she was taken off. She had 45 minutes in her legs, and they did that. And I think that was a good plan. Get her minutes, but not overdo it. Um, but yeah, then my quick thoughts on the game. Like I said, we're through to the quarters. We knew that already. It's looking highly likely that it's going to be England. I say highly likely because I expect England to beat Wales, and I expect France to beat Netherlands, which will be a tough game, and I will do a preview on that soon. But yeah, really, really impressive. A really kind of statement victory. I'll be honest, not that it's. I think we were playing really well before the red card anyway, but it just feels like a slightly. It wasn't. It feels like a weird game to analyze because it was a really chaotic game where we were both going at it really early on, and then, like I said, it tapered off. So um, I don't know if I'm being harsh on us by saying it's hard to read too much into it, but what I am so glad is we managed to manage minutes and we won a game really comprehensively, and we looked really good. We did look really good. I think I've said this before. I love that the team spirit in the team. You could see after the game in the huddle with the fans as well, but in the huddle congratulating Rolfa on her all her caps, and just the spirit in the team um, is just. And when we score, I don't know. It looks really strong. This feels like a team that could definitely it definitely deserves to win something. Um, but there's a long way to go still, and they've got to play some really good sides. But um, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for the people, as I said, the comments. If you're interested, comment below and subscribe and like, and I'll see you for the next one. Hello again, it's me. I know I just finished the video, but I just wanted to come on after just watching through it again and just wanted to emphasize that I feel like I spent so much time talking about that, I didn't really emphasize how happy I am with that result and like the comprehensive nature, the fact we won 4-1 against a top quality team. It's such a big statement. I just wanted to come on and just be like, I am delighted about that, and um, it's a really good step. 3 wins out of 3. We couldn't have asked for a much better group stage, really. So I just wanted to hammer home that point a bit more because I feel like I kind of left that out when I just spoke about the match. But just so you know, I'm very happy with that. And yes, it turned into a bit of a weird game, but it was um, it was our pressure that led to that red card and led to the game kind of going that way. But really, really impressive from us. So I just wanted to emphasize that point. But yeah, see you later for real this time.